Hello guys, this is Linas Lima Yankee 2 Hotel. I'm in the fields today and here is my equipment in my radio van, ICOM IC-705, my powerful battery, lithium iron phosphate, 100 amp hours, way too much for ICOM IC-705. Here's my doublet antenna, 88 foot long, totally homemade. The center around 8 meters up in the sky. The ends are like 6 meters above the ground each. But guess what I'm testing really today? It's not the radio, it's not the battery, it's not the antenna. It is this tiny guy here. Manual, teeny tiny, the Z-Match antenna tuner. Stay tuned for more. I can hear the crowd shouting, "Why manual antenna tuner? Why doublet antenna with this strange homemade open-ear feeder line? Go get automatic antenna tuner and piece of coax and you will go." Not the case, guys. So first off, the doublet antennas are famous by their low loss and ability to tune, being non-resonant antenna, to tune it to almost any band or almost all bands. It depends on the length of your antenna. Why manual antenna tuner? Well, because not each and every automatic antenna tuner is capable of tuning a balanced line. And the open line feeder is a balanced transmission line. So you need a special tuner. And thirdly, manual antenna tuner is always better than automatic antenna tuner if you are in some emergency situation or as a backup tuner. I got not one automatic antenna tuner and all of them have been failing. One or another time they all fail. So it could be they ran out of battery, electronic fault or whatever. In manual antenna tuner there's no electronics, it's just passive elements, capacitors and inductors and that's it. I always have with me some manual tuner. Z-Match antenna tuner comes with a nice circuit diagram, which is very nice, to have the circuit diagram when you buy something from China. If you search for the Z-Match antenna tuner, you'll probably find a lot of similar designs with minor differences. So the idea is that this is an impedance transformer and the resonant LC circuit together combined with this load capacitor. So which helps to eliminate unwanted reactances. And there is tiny SWR meter included, and it's good that all these resistors make a 50 ohms load for your transmitter, and the tiny LED allows for checking the SWR. When it extinguishes, then you have tuned, you have very low SWR. When it glows, it's high. Inside the box everything looks pretty nice. The soldering work is very neat and accurate. So we can see in the center the heart of the design is a iron powder toroid coil which carries all the windings. This coil here and all the windings, the big windings and the smaller windings, T130-6 iron powder toroid. It's pretty big, 1.3 inch in diameter. I'm sure the toroid itself is capable of far more than 10 watts of power output. These capacitors actually they look pretty robust, not like some other polyvaricon capacitors. So these are bigger, as you can see, and I think 10 watts, it's also easily bearable. It's officially the most important thing with this Z-Match tuner. I a little bit modified it, I did a mod. So you see, originally there is no these two posts included. It's just the BNC connector to connect your antenna. And it's originally it's not designed for balanced line. And my modifications are seen here. These two posts and this tiny switch here are introduced by me. This is my modification. And if we take off these protective insulation tape, so you see this is an ordinary banana style plug. Here is the RF out or antenna port. This post here is paralleled with this antenna connector here. So for that I had to drill a tiny hole here into the PCB and just put a wire. In my case it's a tiny piece of coax cable, which no need to be coax cable necessarily. Any piece of insulated wire will do. So this and this is the same center post of coax of BNC, and this is the same. And another post, it's connected to the switch, which makes it grounded or not. In this way we have this place either grounded or not by the means of this switch. And this allows to have either balanced line tuner or unbalanced line tuner. If this place here is grounded, it's unbalanced. If it's ungrounded, so then we have balanced line with these two posts actually acting as both posts, both entry posts for the doublet antenna. I don't know why in this Chinese incarnation of the Z-Match tuner, why they refused the balanced line version, because originally Z-Match tuner is built exactly to tune the balanced lines. You can connect the balanced line to these posts, the first and the second. Then you can choose high impedance or low impedance. These two windings here just create a different impedance transformation ratio. So with this mod, which probably cost me, I don't know, €1 together, two posts and one switch, so I have a very versatile balanced line tuner. There's no need for 1-4 or whatever, any 1-1 balloons which are normally used to tune the balanced lines with the non-balanced lines tuner. So in this case, nothing. You don't need no ferrites except of this one major coil, and that's it. And there's no, what is very convenient, there's no, you see, just two knobs. There's no a third knob to change the taps on the main coil. And this is all the ingenuity of the design of the Z-Match. These two capacitors here, which are connected in series actually with each other, they create a very wide range of LC circuit, with no need to switch taps of the coil. You can spare one more switch and complexity, all the complexity of, making winding taps on the coil and then, connecting it to the switch, and that's a nightmare. I don't like it. So all this is, hassle-free in the Z-Match design. So that's how it works. Very good design, very good build quality. Just one tiny cheap mod is required to have it a really genuinely balanced antenna, balanced line tuner. All right, 20 meters is full of stations, and my doublet is doing just perfect. Very nice. The air is very clean, no noise. Of course, it's because of the countryside. That's no question of that. But it's also because of the antenna, of the doublet antenna, which is actually much lower noise than even my favorite Antfed half-waves antennas or verticals. So, and thanks to this tuner, I can tune my doublet on 20 meters and on any band from 80 to 10 with the small exception of 24 megahertz or 12-meter band, where I couldn't get the SWR less than 2.5 to 1. Maybe I should change a little bit the dimensions of the doublet. You know, it's not critical, it's non-resonant antenna, so you can play with the lengths and you can find the right way for absolutely all bands if this is your goal. As with every and any manual antenna tuner, you have to be patient. You have to play with both capacitors, you know, until you achieve the good tune. Let's take a look. Now it's tuned for 20. Let's say I wanna go to 80-meter band, and I need, you know, to tune it anew. The first advice is, you know, just I'm always diminishing the power. I usually make it, you know, for tuning, I get it down to like 3 watts. That's very safe, I think, for any transistors. And then it's advisable, you know, first, before pushing the PTT and the tune tone, just try to find the best, you know, the loudest hum of the band. It was quiet, and now it increased. All right, I think it's like 0 and 5. I put the radio in the RTTY mode, in the ready mode, because then I get the carrier, the steady carrier, just by pushing PTT. Unfortunately, there's no tune button, like tune button on ICOM IC-705, or I don't know where it is. If you know, please drop a line in the comment section. I opened the meters department or meters screen, and I see all the meters in one: power, ALC, compression, and SWR. In this case, it's very important. So now if I push a PTT, I see, yeah, I see very high SWR. You see, it means we need to make a fine tuning. I'm tuning load capacitor, no reaction. This is a sign that I need to switch entry coil to so-called low, the other 4 turns winding. Maybe this will be better. I push PTT again. Oh, you see, yes, I'm getting 1.5 to 1, and I'm getting even less. Yeah, I'm getting like 1.2 to 1. You see here, that's really good, because, you know, it's a very short antenna for 80 meters. It's just 88-foot antenna, 27 meters the overall length of the antenna, and it's tuned easily on 80 meters with this balanced antenna tuner. I'm not sure about the efficiency. Of course, it's not going to be the same as efficient as antenna as full-size 80-meter doublet or dipole or coax dipole or whatever full-size antenna, but, you know, if you can tune it, it's the first step, you know, in getting contact. And I'm putting my, you know, notes like load is 0, tune is 5, the impedance winding is low, so-called low winding. So let's go to 40-meter band. Trying to find the loudest point. Oh, you see, very clear. Yes, that's off tuned, and then all right. Okay, so now let's check the SWR. Oh, SWR is pretty high. Then it's a sign that I need to switch winding the entry coil into high position. You see, let's try to find a dip. Yes, you see, I got it. Yes, absolutely 1 to 1. You see, nothing, just 1 to 1. Now let's see how does it look like on the antenna analyzer of ICOM IC-705. As I said, this is a very smart radio. So we go to menu, we go to SWR, and here we see, you know, the antenna analyzer. So I have chosen the 13 bar. Bars are these vertical things here. So I've got 13 bars chosen, so it's going to be pretty precise. And the central frequency is 7.038, so the tune. And the beginning is at this frequency, and the end is like, 7.098, 100 kilohertz actually. You see? Nothing, and just towards the end of the range, so a little bit above of my central frequency, so it's 60 kilohertz above. It's still 1.5, so I can say that it's almost 100 kilohertz of tuning. For 40-meter band, 100 kilohertz, it's almost all band. Let's take a quick look on how the SWR meter is working on this tuner. So to get the SWR meter working on Z-Match tuner, you need to switch from work position to tune position. So you switch, and then you get this schematic, included into the path from your transceiver to your tuner. And when you are in the low SWR range, the LED goes down. It's not glowing. IC-705 shows, in the working position, shows no, actually very low SWR. It could be that the LED diode will show a little bit different, reading, but it's for orientation, not for precise. So now we see it's glowing, so it's like yeah, and now we reached almost not glowing. Yeah, oops, very sharp tuning. So it's basically went down. The same corresponds with the what is shown on the ICOM's meter. So a little bit more, but I mean, it's fully usable. It's fully usable, and it will give you a very good orientation on where your SWR is, and have you tuned antenna up or not. If you don't have the SWR meter inbuilt into your radio, then this feature is very good. I only shown you the tuning procedure for two bands, for 80 and 40 meter bands. There's no point to show all the me tuning all the bands, because it's going to be extremely boring, because it's the same exactly procedure on each band. So but now I have my cheat sheet with all the data here for this antenna and for this tuner in this location. And well, anytime I use this antenna again, maybe it could be even in different location, I just switch the band, go to the right position, find the good tune, and that's it, and here we go. I'm trying to break the pileup with my 10 watts. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. I've done Delta Lima 2024 Oscar, so the special call sign devoted for the European Football Championship. I'm a big fan of football, championships, and well. And this is 20-meter band, 5:30 a.m. in the morning the next day. The weak station you can hear and see on the waterfall is Brian, Zulu Lima 3 X-Ray Delta Juliet, my friend and subscriber from New Zealand. I couldn't copy him for months from my noisy city location. Here, Brian's working a French station But just few moments later, I will get my report from Brian too. Here is the report recorded on the internal IC-705's recorder. Wow. Alright guys, so there's a havoc of stations calling my friend and subscriber Brian, Zulu Lima 3 X-Ray Delta Juliet. I've done a contact with Brian running just my 10 watts and doublet antenna with this Z-Match tuner on 20 meters early in the morning. Fantastic. Thanks, Brian. Surprisingly, I don't need no big antennas, nothing. And Brian is not using either big antennas. But he's on big water. His location in New Zealand is just fantastic. Alright guys, so that's it for this nice video. In this video, I didn't want to bore you completely, showing how this tuner tunes another type of antennas, like with the coax. But believe me, it does tune. I highly recommend it, and well, it's up to you. I'm gonna have it as a keeper, as my backup tuner for sure, or maybe in many cases it's gonna be my primary tuner. When I'm in no hurry, I don't need the instant band changing. I have time, I can tune and play and find the best tune for my antenna. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. Please leave your comments in the comment section, and please consider subscribing if you like my videos. This is a great help for my channel to grow, and I wanted this channel grow, and to have it as a views and news exchange hub. See you later in my other videos. 73, this is Linas, Lima Yankee 2 Hotel. Cheerio.